Uh-oh. Got some sound issues that I need to fix very quickly. There we go. There we go. Test, test. Testing. Testing. 1, 2. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the channel. I think we're good. Let me see. Is there still an echo? Yeah, sounds like there's an echo. Okay, we're almost ready, but give me 1 sec. Fuck. Okay. Let me turn this off. Skip for now. Quit. Let's see if this works. There we go. Okay. I think we're good. Hello. Welcome, everybody. My name is Alckemy. We're going to get down on some music stuff. And I think I'm just going to kind of try to write and maybe not worry so much about crazy sound design at the moment. Yeah. Happy Friday. Hope everyone is doing well. I have the Oxy 1 pulled out, and we're just going to use this as a starter melody to try to get something going and maybe do some sound design to it and try to create a hook and, you know, get all that stuff going. So if that sounds fun, then join in. Also, this isn't for the people that are in here right now, but if anybody's catching the VOD, I just recently released a Serum masterclass for drum design, which so far I've gotten really good feedback on it. There's a demo and all that other stuff, so check that out. Okay, let's see what this is, because I actually have not heard this melody that I have on the Oxy 1, and let's see if we can get something that's kind of interesting. Also, let me turn myself down on the iPad because I'm starting to feel like I am being haunted by my own thoughts. Okay. Let's maybe try it again. You can't see what I'm doing right now, but I'm manipulating the this thing right here to try to get something interesting. There we go. Why is this on Ragato? Oh, this is completely randomizing the scale. That's not supposed to happen. That's interesting, though. I didn't know that that could do that. Okay, there we go. Try to make this a little bit more interesting sounding while I try to find a melody. That's the I'm different melody. I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. That's funny. Actually, I'm going to set this to a remap. And then I'm going to adjust this to where the depth of the random is a little bit less. So that way it's not like super abrasive. Hey Al, what's on the scene? Hey Nimcron. Happy Friday. Okay. Now, how do I get to... There we go. To a different direction. That's a little better. Yeah. I like that a lot better. Okay, so maybe here we can do something a little bit more soft. Feeling jungle. Let's go maybe like half speed. Make a couple of these. Maybe some reverb. What other kind of stuff can we throw in here to make it kind of sound interesting? Maybe some kind of reverse. I think the goal is to try to keep it functional, if possible. So. Hey, Arl, long time no see. How are you? Everything's alright. How are you doing? Just a little bit of color here. You just make sure that this isn't going to the filter. Okay. Hey, Aaron. Hey, Jazz, what's up? Do you all have any plans for the weekend? DMB? No, probably not. Sound? Oh shit, a bunch of people showed up. What's going on? It's just this patch. But I took a sample of it and am now just kind of playing over this. Hey, Drip, what's up? So I have this sequencer, but I'm trying to get it to have a interaction that I heard earlier. There's like this da, da, that I'm trying to see if I can get this to do again. I'm gonna give it about 10 more seconds, and if I don't get it, I'm just gonna do it by hand. Alright, that should be enough to play with for what I'm looking for, but whatever. Da, da, da. Alright, we'll just take this. So maybe I can do something kind of simple where I'm just kind of here and then the that's kind of cool because it kind of plays off of this. I really like this. Like it's just these melodies. Like even if I don't use them right now, I can still do something with that. It's kind of nice. Hey, Juan, what's up? Split, vowels, ripple, maybe XP. No. SFE. Vowels. Try to add just some pseudo FM to this. What is that? Oh, is that a vowel? Ah, thanks, blah blah. That's really nice of you. I really like that. Maybe we can do something with that to make it a little bit more percussive. Yeah, that's kind of nice. We just need to control it. I usually don't use the effects grid for this, but I just kind of in the moment, so. That's sick. I wish this would not. I wish this would stay up and like create one below it. I don't really like that. Needs a little bit more high end. So let's add some more high end. No, that's fine. Be like something here to change this. Just to mess with these. 32 to 4. Kind of same thing here. Always. 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 Okay. So now we'll set this here. We're going to set this to be low and then move this all the way up. Okay, now we'll go into the second part here. It's kind of just what I've been doing lately with bass design. It's been a lot of fun to do stuff this way as of late. I could just do that all like in here, but I don't know. I like separating it and having something that's part of the patch than having something that's like an addendum. That's going to be a little too wild. Sure. Oh, right. That was like a core thing that I totally forgot. We'll do it again on the outside, but whatever. Hello? Thank you. I knew I was forgetting something. I was like, why doesn't this quite sound in the way that I want it to? Did that just... Is that what... If you right-click it... Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. If you right-click this will pull this up, which is pretty cool. Yeah, sick. Yo, chicken. What's up? Okay, so I want this to stick up just a little bit more. Yeah, there's some cool stuff in there. Okay, so now I just need to think about what kind of beat I actually want to make. Sorry. I really like this. Hmm. Yeah, I guess kind of just a clappy type sound, I guess. Yeah. I could try to make it like a super fucked up thing too, but I don't really want to design drums until I know what kind of beat I want. Like I'm trying to, it's kind of either something that's like, or something that's a little bit more like pickup-ish, like. I just don't really know if I want this to be like super heavy, if I want this to be a little bit more minimal. I don't know. Let me think on this for a bit. I don't know. What are you all thinking? We just need some more auto-tune cocaine. Cocaine. I guess something else that I could do is I can keep harmonizing. I'm going to record that quickly. A dragged Foley beat? Okay. That was a very distinct. It was very distinct. Did that record? Yeah. Did y'all know I sing? Not really. But have I ever tried vocally a double for beatbox? Yes, I have. And in fact, I made my own version. It's called Voice Dub Kit. Check this out. You ready for this? Oh wait, this needs to be on this. But you know what? I should use this more often. I don't think that it can catch stuff that quickly, but for slow beats, yeah. Yeah. Hello? Yeah, I mean that's a nice little. That's a nice little. But to be honest with you, like I would probably rather just beatbox this, anyways. But yes, I have made one. I actually bought the Vocally a doubler, but it works so terribly, especially for the kind of stuff that I like to do. But what can you say? Okay, so I'm gonna leave it up to you all. Actually, what I'll do is I'll make a poll because I need to take a quick break and use the restroom. Hold on one sec. Let's do a poll. How should I make my drums today? Yeah. I'll do a video on how to make that with the doubler kit, but I think that what's his name? Polarity already has something kind of like that. Resample vocals. Serum 2. Percussive generator. Bitwig devices. Yeah, and the percussive generator may fall between something of faceplant or serum, but I'll be right back. I need to use the restroom. It'll only be a couple minutes, but answer the question for me, and I'll see you in just a second. Thanks for waiting. I appreciate it. I also went and grabbed a drink. Trying to be better about getting up and stretching and shit. Okay, Bitwig devices. That's good to know. Thank you for voting. I really appreciate the participation. Um, it really helps me out a lot when I have people to talk to, and like I know that at a certain point I kind of like veg out and stop talking, but I still really appreciate when I have chat going or when I have something active. Okay, so you all voted Bitwig devices, so we're gonna use Polymer to make most of our stuff. And then I'll create a percussive generator on top of that. So this is gonna be lengthy, but I enjoy making drums, so yeah. Um, what's good? What is good? Philippe, are you still here? We're gonna make this a little bit different. Wait. Is this going up or down? It's going down. Ah, it's not doing anything. Okay. I need some compression. Some this tube. Some fuse compressor. And now we kind of have everything in place. We just need to go back and just go back and tame this. It's still not as loud as I want it to be, so we are going to do some more stuff to this because it doesn't really have a lot of texture. So that's the next part. Wait. There we go. And I also kind of want this to be a little bit more doofy. There we go. Where is this? All right, so part of that click is coming from this. So I'm gonna add another. I'm just gonna use a Pro Q because it's gonna be easier. But yeah, there we go. Okay, sorry about that. Back to what I was doing. Yo, Michael, what's up? How was the call last night? Without trying to say too much. Nice. And that's how I do kicks. I'm gonna see if I can get it just a little louder though. There we go. So because this kick is short, it needs to have some kind of sustain in order for the volume of it to be longer. See? Which is still pretty cool, so maybe we'll have one of those as well. Cool. All right. Let's go claps next. Go time shifts. This needs to be here. Duplicate this. Add some distortion. Give me 1 second. Someone knocking at the door. Nope. I'm expecting a package today, so I'm kind of just monitoring. Monitoring. Hey, Chad, what's up? I'm gonna have to go back and fix this because these are not lining up in the way that I want them to. For some reason. And that's why it sounds weird. There we go. Nice. Okay, that sounds a lot better. Hey, Danny, what's up? We just as a reminder, we didn't have any quick play spells today, so that's why I didn't do them. I checked before I went live. All right, so now we just kind of need to modify this. Maybe what I'll do instead is this. No, we still need that band pass. Interestingly, why does that look like that? It's very strange, but okay. Just gonna go ahead and layer this with the 909 clap. Time shift. Okay. Is there a reverb in this? I see. Okay. There we go. Dude, envelopes are like so important when it comes to this shit. It's pretty crazy. Okay, now that we have that, we can start to do other cool stuff with this. Convolution. Just need to control the tail. That sounds really good. Okay, let's make a couple different versions of this. Like I said, envelopes are everything when it comes to drum design. Is there a time shift? Yeah. Sorry it took so long to set up, but sometimes that's kind of what you have to go through to get, a bunch of different shit. So what's cool about this though is that now we can just, we'll call this clap factory. And we can turn that off. So one thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to get some hats in here. And then I have a video on this, but I don't want to go through the trouble of making it again. So this is just something that has all of the hat generators in it. A little bit of physical processing. Yeah. But just some other stuff on here. And what's really nice about it is you can kind of just get a bunch of different hats and shit in here, which is great. What just happened? Hello? Hello? Oh no, did you fucking freeze on me again? No? What is going on? Okay, so next up, that should probably be enough. So I'll just toss it in there. Let's go ahead and make a quick percussive generator. This is probably overkill for probably overkill for stuff, but okay. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. So what I'm also going to do is I'm going to apply some subtle amounts of FM, and then we can also add in some sub just for different stuff on here because I want there to be different timbral engines. Nice. Perk maker default. So the big oh shit. Perk basic. Yeah. All right. So the thing here is that we don't need this part, but what I'm using is a tool here. So anytime this is generated, we're making it super short. Cool. Let's go filter plus. And then we're just going to physical model this. Note everything from here to here. Let's go ahead and pull that in. Just needs to go a little higher. Then I'm going to make this just a little bit longer as well. Sick. Okay. Let's grab some combs. Alright, it's comb filter. Go like this. And is this going? Yeah, we don't want that. I have this set to a random. 2 of these. Adjust this. Adjust that. Set that to bipolar. Set that to note. Set this to hold. Set this to note. Set this to hold. Then we're going to go bam, 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 bam. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. find him. Hold here. Let's get some distortion in here. What happened? Some convolution. Something relatively short, like a room. That's a large room. That's kind of cool. Can I modify this? I don't think I can. No. But it would be cool if you could. That's actually part of the reason why I like Serum's convolution, is because everything can be automated, which is super nice. Note. Hold. You also can't automate the tune, unfortunately. Cool. Let's grab a frequency shifter. This should already be ready. I guess not. There we go, up and down. We'll set this to like 300. Then we'll turn this on. Kind of same deal here. Note. Adjust this. Let's do another one where we will adjust the size. And so now this is going to help us out a lot with getting just like weird shit. Wonder what this is going to sound like if I pull this before the frequency shifter. Yeah, okay. So then we'll use a gate to try to do another means of control. Sick. Let's add some glue. Let's add some fuse compression. Oh shit. Do this. 2, 3. So sometimes I want that to be on. Sometimes I don't want that to be on. So we're going to go classic LFO. Wait. Fuck. I need to remap this. So I would want... Oh, yeah. Okay. I know what I'm doing. No. We need a different LFO. Or we could just do curves. What the fuck? Okay. We're gonna go yoink and yoink. We're gonna go yoink. Then we will grab another one of these. Set that here. Set this here. So that way this is only going to be on or it's going to be off. And when we do that, there's not going to be any like it's not going to like give us any kind of weird shit. It's just going to be either the thing is on or it's off. Cool. Now for some fun stuff. We're going to go harmonic split. I also sometimes use loud split, but what in God's name is going on here? So what I'm going to do here is we're going to go to pitch shifter, or let's go effects grid. Pitch shifter plus. Let's go sample and hold. Which is our randomizer. Key on. Fuck. How do I set this to trigger? Gate in, maybe? Yes. Okay, sick. Then we will actually use a wavetable here. This is so over engineered, but it's okay because I like doing this sometimes just to fuck with it. Yeah. So because of this, we can throw this on all of these now. And I don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to be okay. Yeah, this seems fine. We could randomize that too, but I don't really want to. But yeah. This is how I make percussive generators inside of Bitwig. I have a masterclass on this if anybody's interested. But yeah. Any questions? Some cool stuff in here. Let's do a little bit more transient control. Hey, Grooster, how are you? All right, you guys want to see some more cool shit? Of course you do. So, how are we doing here? All right, this is pretty beefy. So what we'll do next, just for fun, is I'm actually going to throw a concatenator in here. And we're going to add everything that is in a recent rolling sampler. Hold on one sec. So we don't want to do all of these folders. We just want to use whatever's in here, which I think it's probably about time to put this into a folder. Like, how long does this predate? So February through, say, April? February, March, April. Yeah, so we're going to put this in a folder, and then we'll go in new. Oh, thank you. I'm doing good. I'm just chilling today. Kind of just working on having fun. I'm really trying to just enjoy making music at the moment because I've been so burnt out. All right, so because of this, what this essentially did was launch all of these samples in here into this, and so now we're just gonna get a bunch of different shit. That could be fun. Let me turn this off. Let's see what else we can get. Yeah, there's a couple things in here that are kind of cool. Obviously, we've got way more shit than we actually need. That's kind of nice. But at the end of the day, like, we're literally just, like, feeding our own rolling sampler. That's kind of sick. Cool. Cool. All right, we could be here all day. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull this out. We're going to save this rack. File. Save presets at library. We're going to call this perk rack. What's the date? May 2nd. May 2, 2025. And we can turn this off, and then now I can kind of shop for some other things here. I need all that. Sick. Okay, so now we'll take the concatenator and toss it over here. And that's kind of nice, I guess, because I don't have to pull all this shit up again. I can just leave it as is and get different things. Give me 1 second. Let me check my door and see if this package was delivered. Okay. It went to the mailbox, but I did secure a cookie. So there's that. couple cool things in there. I'm not really too worried about using any of it. I just like to throw this on here every once in a while to, well, this is a new plugin that DataMine gave me, but some of it's kind of cool. Okay. So we're going to deactivate this now and try to save some CPU. We're going to come back to filling some of the harmony out with this. I know it sounds stupid, but just hear me out. Literally. There we go. Is that a bell, or is it unintentionally sounds like one? Yeah, so it's actually a sine wave. And what I did was I used the filter plus and then added some FM to the filter with a valve filter. Filter, filter, filter. So by itself, it sounds like this. And then adding everything back in. This is what makes it sound like a bell. Yeah. That sounds nice. Yeah, we're kind of building up to it. Because right now I'm just utilizing, like, I'm trying to get all, trying to just build out the vibe, but when we get to the actual, like, section of making the beat, then that's kind of where all of the rhythmic stuff will come into play. Excuse me. Maybe just a little bit. And maybe some kind of, like, washy. Yeah. maybe just even... Cool. So we don't want this to be consistent because of it's obviously getting muddy. But we can still kind of... Nice. Is that just the reverb? Seems like it. Yeah, that's okay. So we're probably not going to need that, but we will fuck with that. So let's come over here now and start trying to put some of these elements together. So we'll start here. That's super wet. Hmm. I might alternate between. Actually, you know what? Let me grab these and pull these up so that way I can actually see what I'm working with. Show them what you're working with. Shake your ass. But watch yourself. No, I'm just kidding. That's sick. Need a little bit of negative space in here, so. That's sick. Yeah, I should save. A little bit off. And so with this, maybe we can. Nice. Snares, snares, gig. All right. There's something in there that's just not. It's like, It's that. I think that, well, I might actually be able to catch that, the tail of that, because I think that it's just coming from the mid. So if I, it's a little bit better. I might need to go back and work this kick out, but it's okay. Um, okay. Where is my other stuff? Oh, it's over here. Okay. I don't want to add too much more because I still want there to be space for other shit. But just little textures and stuff can sometimes be kind of nice. And there's our anchor hat. So we're going to normalize this. Just see what happens if we don't like that kick being early. Jesus. Took forever to set up. That's interesting. There we go. Why did it record like that? What the fuck? That'll work. You know, I was kind of worried that those claps are going to suck ass, but they sound pretty fucking nice. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can quantize the rest of this because the rhythms and stuff are not quite adding up the way that I wanted to. that. Why is that like that? Even for this one. Oh, all of this is early. Why is all of this early? What the fuck? Cool. So, kind of elaborate on the music a bit, and then maybe just try to keep making this as interesting as possible. And I'm not really sure if I want to do like a stop go, like, but I don't know. Let's try it because maybe I'll like it. I actually like that. Yeah. It just adds a little bit more call and response to the. So, what's maybe some other stuff that I could do with this that could be fun because it's uh it's got uh maybe a filter. And I could just do like a pattern or something. So I don't know, something like that. Maybe another one right here. Just something to give it a little bit more movement, make it a little bit more alive. Yeah. Why isn't this? Excuse me? Oh, this is going to. That's pretty cool. So now I want to get into resampling the drums. Yeah. pretty sick. Let's do that. I'll throw that in there. Just crazy, crazy mad shit. And then we'll mute that. That's so cool. So we'll try to use a combination of both interesting elements from the drums and maybe even resampling the bass and try to turn this into something that will start to make sense over time. I'm still not like into the project, but I'm just glad that I'm writing something. So what can you say? Something that I will do as well is fuck around with this. And I don't really need this chain to be insane, or do I? The question is, do I want this chain to be insane? Yes, I do. Because I'm me. And I'm psycho. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to use a different method of distortion because as you can hear... Actually, no, it's okay. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. So I actually heard some stuff in here that sounds really fucking sick because we can add some energy to this later. That could be really cool. Could be really real. So let me figure out where that was. It's right here. This guy. So something kind of like that could be kind of interesting. Just a little bit of groove modification right there. Cocaine. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I just want the bass to do something a little more interesting. Like it works, but I feel like it doesn't quite hit as nasty as I want it to. That's a cool fucking bass, though. So one thing that I will do is, let's go neural processor and make this a little bit wider. Just a little bit bigger. And it's just some OTT and then a little bit of top-end reverb. Make that a little bit louder. turn this down just a little bit. Place this here. And I like doing this stuff because it just adds some texture to. There we go. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions about anything? Let me see what other stuff we have, if anything. I don't really think that we need a lot more percussion in this. I think that it's probably all right, but some of that kind of stuff could be kind of sick. Although I'm not really sure if I'm trying to go crazy on like just doing insane fills. Oh, why not? Finish the loop that Chi sent me? What loop are you talking about? Oh, no, 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 no. Chi sent me the stems to Swollen. And I kind of want there to be like a little whip right there. I want it to be like... Let's see if we can find something. Okay, what is that? Do I think stems help learning anything? Yeah, I think so. I mean, for one, they have isolated sounds, so you can kind of hear how things are supposed to work. You can also, like, see how it's all staged and, like, how it's mixed. You can also look at the placement exactly of where, like, you know, the drums and certain elements are. So from a compositional... Yeah, there's a ton of shit that you can learn from stems. It just depends on how you break it apart. Were you able to converse with him last night, or were you just hanging out? Yeah, he's an elusive character, but he's definitely like he's definitely hella friendly, which I really appreciate. Yeah. It's always fucking basses, fucking bass lines. Like, rather than just have like a Reese that's like dirty or whatever, I'm kind of on this fence of like wanting to have something that's just like really in your face. Bass music is so fucking hard. tries. Well, I kind of tried something in between, you know, with like a Reese that, but I don't know. Something else that might be kind of fun is that's kind of, I love those sounds, like the donks. Oh my god. I really like, God, why are these so hard to use? Like, that shit is so cool to me. Like trying to make bass music like this, I'm probably going to save this and be like, maybe they work if you write a riff with it, like using the sampler and stuff. That's kind of what I was like, where my head was at with the, you know, with like the monolith thing or whatever, a mud pie or something of the sort. But I think that there's just something that like it needs to support it, which I think is really interesting. But I just don't know what or like why it sounds so empty. Like how do people just make shit like this, but they don't have like subs or they don't have, you know what I mean? Like they're so confident in the space. It's really interesting to think about. Um, and I almost wonder if, well, I also kind of wonder like what would happen if I actually feel like this would work in drum and bass pretty well. Well, that's why like this pattern is not super varied, right? Like I totally agree with you. It needs to have like it needs to be a riff. I think I made a neurofunk loop yesterday. Just curious. They probably need to follow the beat a little more, but no, still suck. Still shitty. What if you try to swing some of the hits as you're writing drum loops? Works wonders, I know. What do you mean, like swing some of the hits? I mean, dude, I feel like, well, at least the halftime version of that loop or whatever was. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's a frequency thing or if it's maybe just that sound, but it's stupid and annoying, but that's okay. Okay. Yeah. Does anybody else have any questions? I gotta run soon and go get some shit. But I had a good time today. It was fun. Maybe organize all of this stuff. Just put it all the way over here. Maybe the randomized LFO sweeps in a way that weakens the low end and loses consistency. The low end, I mean, it's possible, but to be honest with you, most of the time the LFO sweeps don't go down that far. You know what I mean? Like they usually don't. I usually don't let it hit the sub because I don't like that interaction, generally speaking. What is this? Pi bases. Melody 1. Low fill. Score. Score bounced. This is nothing. Melody 2. Small bell. Kind of just getting ready to stem everything out just because I don't really know what I want to do with this, if anything. I believe most halftime basses are just burr for that very reason, like shades and stuff. Yeah, if you have lots of space and morphing too much. No, how do I say this? I know, but it's. Do me a favor. Go check out That'll Do Pig by Cursa if you haven't heard it. And I'm not saying that's what I'm trying to do, but I am trying to find a middle ground. What is this? Drums. All this stuff is in audio, so it's okay. Perk rack. CPU saver. Intro idea. Wait, what happened to the other? Oh. Why is it like that? There we go. If you have lots of space, morphing too much enhances the emptiness, I guess. Yeah, it's I don't know. There's a lot of like texture that this one slipped through. I'm familiar with most of Curse's stuff though. Yeah, like if you listen to that, I need to go back and reference that, but there's a lot of interesting interactions that happen there that I'm kind of like, huh, okay. How did that happen? What is this? Oh, that's the idea. What is this? Oh. Yeah. Cool. Well, I don't really have anything else that I want to do today, but I did have fun making a concept. I just, I hate to say it, but I just need to get better at this. This is the part that I struggle with the most. And that's the part that I just want to be better at. So, um, yeah. Well, I'll be back tomorrow. Um, I'm not sure if I'll start something new or if I'll keep working on this, but maybe I'll send this to Lee and see if he has any interest in it. Bigwig looks toy-like. Thanks for the serum vid. Yeah, it is very toy-like. There's a lot of things to play around with for sure. His consistency is unfair. He makes bangers so easily. Did he work on something at all? Like I've mentioned it before, and just watching him work, he just unfolds stuff, and it's just like, Jesus, dude. Jesus, man. What the fuck? It's really inspiring. It's also frustrating at the same time. So I'm like, man. Man. Yeah. Right on. Well, thanks everyone. If you want to check out the master classes, then you can either become a member or you can check out the ones that I have for sale. I also have a bunch of sounds and stuff. We're talking about chi. But other than that, I'm gonna go. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll be doing something musical. I don't know what though. Remind me to never play games on stream again. That is the worst thing that I can do for my channel. You meant Cursa? Oh. Yeah, I mean him too. There's a reason why they're big heads, you know. But much love, guys. I will see you all later, and we'll resume tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Oh, and if you can, would you mind liking the video? Thank you. Peace, everyone. Much love.